From the local station, News 4 Jax starts now.
Right now at 5:30, a man convicted of burying a couple alive was back in court today. As we learned, a key witness in his resentencing trial will not be testifying. Alan Wade is one of the men convicted of burying alive a loving couple in a brutal murder.
Today, the jury heard arguments from the state and defense to decide if Wade will get the death penalty again or life in prison. 3 of the 4 people involved in killing Reggie and Carol Sumner were facing the death penalty, but because it was not a unanimous decision by the jurors, each defendant must be resentenced. News 4 Jax reporter Janice Harris has been in the court for the trial. Janice, what have you heard?
You know, those 4 co-defendants took the lives of the Sumners. They thought they were going to get thousands of dollars. That never happened, but they were caught. And now a jury must decide the fate of each of those defendants, whether or not they will get life in prison or death. Michael Jackson, Tiffany Cole, Bruce Nixon, and Alan Wade were convicted of killing Reggie and Carol Sumner. Today, during Wade's resentencing trial, his defense team admitted Wade committed a horrible crime but does not deserve to die.
And while some crimes do deserve the death penalty, some defendants do not.
The defense said Wade's broken family life, drug abuse, and typical immaturity as a young adult contributed to his actions.
That they would have the ability to know that murder is wrong.
Yes.
The state countered, confirming through co-defendant Nixon's original testimony that Wade was fully aware of the plan to kill the Sumners and that he knew right from wrong.
So I want to make sure that I understand that people in late adolescence, 18, 19, 20, that they are capable of empathy, correct?
Yes.
And they understand the difference between right and wrong, correct?
Absolutely.
The loss remains painful for the Sumner family.
I know my brother and my sister-in-law are gone and will never return. Where are they now? Can I see them? Can I call them on the phone? No, I cannot.
Nixon's testimony also revealed he and Wade were childhood friends and did the digging to bury the Sumners.
Anyone take Alan Wade kicking, screaming into this crime?
No, sir.
Anyone threaten him?
No, sir.
Wade's father testified that he was not allowed to be around his son and shared his reaction to his son's crime.
So this can't be my son. I just got to be wrong.
Why is that?
He never showed any of those things.
But said to the state he would have come around whenever he could.
You made it clear to Alan that you cared about him, correct?
Oh, yeah.
You made it clear that you were there for him if he needed you.
Yes, sir.
The defense is trying to convince the jury to give Wade life in prison as the state is pushing for a harsher penalty. And we also heard from 2 other people. Wade's former sister-in-law, her name is Nikki Craig. She testified that he was actually a great relative and very loving towards her daughter. Also, his former principal talked about some of the struggles that he had as a student and how he simply was just looking for love. Something else has also been very unique to this particular case is that during this resentencing trial, they've actually had the jurors ask questions, whether it be for the state or the defense, as this is happening in real time, which is something I've rarely seen before during any trial. You can expect this to continue for at least another day, beginning again in the morning around 9 a.m. as the jury determines whether this person will get life or death. Reporting live at the Duval County Courthouse, Janice Harris, Channel 4, the local station.